Hey guys, how's it going and welcome back for another Total War video with the Terminator. So about 6 months ago, I covered a mod called Aegean Mythos. This is a mod that has the ambition of converting Troy into a fully fleshed out Age of Mythology Total War. And it's pretty ambitious. I mean, it's got mythological monsters like the Medusa, the Colossus, the Pegasus that's all been worked on. There's going to be a whole host of reskinned and new factions in the mod as well. And there's going to be a pantheon, a huge array of gods, each with their own kind of mythological creatures that aren't just linked to individual regions anymore, but recruitable through those gods. A new wide range of mythological powers that you can employ in the battles. So it's as much not quite realistic as it is really grounded in that Age of Mythology game that we all love. In this video, I'm here to show you guys the latest progress on that mod. It's been a long while since I covered it. It's a very small team, so progress has been slow, but there has been a faction that from a roster point of view is completed and it looks absolutely amazing. And this is Sparta, guys. And Sparta has Menelaus. They have a full kind of brilliant, visually brilliant as well, looking unit roster of infantry, of missile infantry. And though there are, 3 rare constructs and monsters here with the Pegasus, Colossus, and Medusa, they're not quite ready yet, so I'm not going to get into that, but I am going to show you here in this video this beautiful roster and talk a little bit about its future in terms of the future of the mod and what they're working on, and also at the end of it ask for some help as well, because this mod definitely has immense potential for Troy and can definitely use a bit of help. Alright guys, so here we are in custom battles looking at the first unit roster for the first faction of one of the most exciting mods I think there is up and coming for Troy. It's a very nice looking roster. There's some really good ambitious pieces of work being done here in Aegean Mythos, and we're going to have a look at what this roster looks like and what we can expect in the future. So starting with the lightest spearmen in the Spartan roster, we have the militiamen. These guys are very light. I mean, they have tunics, they have no armor apart from the helmets, which are beautifully done. They have the spears, obviously, which have a bit of variation in between. And yeah, they are your go-to light infantry unit as Sparta, which look really, really good. And as you move up the different tiers, so this is tier 1, this is tier 2 spearmen. They're a bit more heavily armored on top of their tunics. There's a bit more variation in terms of helmets and shields as well. And they look really, really good too. These are going to be your kind of, I guess, medium spear infantry as Sparta. And then you go on to your tier 3 spearmen, which look amazing. They look really, really good. They've got another kind of layer of variation for their spears, for their armor here, and their helmets. They've got that heavier helmet look to them, which look really, really good. And that final few tiers here for the spearmen are going to be these guys. These are the heavy hoplites with that darker toned shield design here with the variation in the design. They look really good too. The heavier armor, even heavier, even more menacing in my opinion. They look really, really nicely done. I mean, visually, this is some really impressive work, all custom made, of course, throughout the roster here. And then finally, I think this is the champions. Yes, the champions hoplites of Sparta. They've got that cape effect, which looks really good. They've got, let's just resume for a second to see how they look moving about as well. They've got the helmets that look a bit more menacing with the variation in colors. The armor with the kind of like bottom bit that's got a bit more colorful to them. And yeah, they just look like a really, really good set of units here. So this is tier 1 to tier 4, and then you've got the champions, which is that kind of like rare unit that you can recruit. I think probably just once, maybe a couple times more. And then moving on to the swordsmen, so it's the same kind of treatment. We've got the lighter swordsmen here, which have the same kind of armor, I guess, as the medium spearmen. And then you move up and you've got the heavier I'm going to try and pronounce this, Hypaspestes, with another kind of layer of variety in terms of the armor and the helmets, which look really good too, that white, red, and blue variation. And then you've got the tier 3, I think. No, you've got the tier 4 swordsman here as well, the added layer of armor. Stats wise, obviously all of these tiers go through a major upgrade in stats. So if you want to take a look here for a second. We've got the lower tier swordsmen, the higher tier, which again have that buffed up armor, much higher morale, and then the heavy Hispastes, which again has that higher damage, much higher damage, melee attack, morale again, and then finally the champions here, which have slightly lower morale, but everything else is higher, much more buffed up and beefier in terms of standing their ground and I guess charging and attacking the unit as well, because that's what swordsmen are all about versus the defensive nature of spearmen. So they look extra good as well. Love the darker tone helmet here. That's just brilliantly done. From a ranged infantry point of view, we've got the light peltasts here. So they've got a single shield, so they should have some defensive ability against charges and infantry. But they've got the peltasts, which look really nicely done as well. Really good stuff here. To their left, we've got the heavier kind of slingshot unit, I think. So they have that same kind of look and feel to them. The hats, the light shields with their slings. To their side, we've got the heavier peltasts. So they're the same kind of peltast unit, but they've got a bit more armor, a bit more of a look variation as well, with some tunic and cape action here with the helmets. They look really good. And then finally, from a ranged unit perspective for Sparta, we've got the archers, which look really good as well. So they've got, I think there's a common theme across all of these ranged units of the hats, the smaller kind of like defensive shields, and a bit of a tunic and armor action here as well, which look really decently done. I think all custom made, custom built, meshed up from scratch, and very impressive in my opinion. And then finally, from a cavalry perspective, I know that cavalry was quite scarce in this time period, but still I like the use of cavalry in this mod. We've got the Protomos, which is a javelin rider unit, so they'll be throwing your jabs at range, running around trying to harass the enemy, and they look really good too. I like what they've done here with the variety of horses. The fact that they don't have a saddle obviously is a good helpful, I think, authentic thing. And then their looks look really good too, with the variation in faces, the beards, the shields, all looking really nicely done here. Finally, of course, we have the leader of Sparta, the hero, which in this case is going to be Menelaus. And dude, he's got an amazing visual upgrade for this mod. I mean, it is super brilliantly done. I'm very impressed by their work here to create this custom Menelaus model. He's got that brilliant looking spear, the armor, which just looks incredibly detailed if you zoom up to it and see the various details on that armor. Even the inside of the shield there looks really well done. The shield itself with an excellent design, unique design. The helmet, which again has these like interesting spikes at the top. Really cool little detail on the helmet there as well, with the Spartan insignia, the bulls. It's just a really nicely done model, and I'm very impressed. I think this is a really nice showcase for what the future of other rosters will be in this mod, and what they're working on. I know they've got Athens and obviously a single Troy faction and a variety, Amazonians and others of factions that are going to be coming as well. And it's just super exciting. It's one of my most highly anticipated mods for Troy on the radar right now. So that's what the Spartan faction looks like from a unit roster point of view. It looks really well done. Obviously, we've got a number of other factions to be added in as well, from Ithaca, Mycenae, Pythia, Argos, Troy, the Amazonians, Lycia, and Dardania. We've got Nemesis and Kritos and Athens that will be added. So lots of new factions will be done here, reskinned, redone as well, which is very exciting. We're going to be doing a massive amount of work on Ajax, hopefully. It's going to be removed for now, but hopefully Ajax is going to be worked on and added in maybe, or confederated in a future update on the mod when it's released. It's a very ambitious mod, guys. So the main point I'm trying to make here is there's a lot of progress so far, especially with this fleshed out unit roster here, but they can use a lot of help, guys. So if you're a modder, if you're watching this video thinking, wow, this looks really cool, I'd love to recreate an Age of Mythology style Total War, then please do drop into the Discord. I've linked below in the video description. I've added a pinned comment to the top as well. of the comment section. Get in there, offer your help, see what you can do. You know, it can be anything. I mean, inspiration from Age of Mythology, the game is endless. There's so much content there, so they need a lot of help from campaign map modding to unit roster, development, meshing, visuals, stats, descriptions, research, everything. There's a lot of work to be done here. I mean, there's mythological creatures that we're still waiting on as well. Medusa, the Colossus, Pegasus, lots and lots of work to be done there as well. So any and all help is very much appreciated. If you guys are interested and you're enjoying the development updates on this mod as well, subscribe to the channel, drop into the Discord as well to keep up with updates. But this is going to be it for today. I wanted to give you a brief update on where this mod is at. Hopefully it gets released in the next couple of years. It's very, very exciting. It's very ambitious. If it can get the help it needs, the development help, then I'm hoping anyway it's going to be the next couple of years. But until then, I'll continue to provide update videos just like this on finished up rosters, development updates, and especially when it gets released. So if you enjoyed the video, please do leave a like, drop any thoughts or questions in the comment section below. Let me know what you think about Aegean Mythos and if you're going to be playing it when it releases, hopefully very soon. Subscribe to the channel for more updates just like this if you want to find out more about the mod and its development. And thank you for watching, guys. I will see you next time.